welcome to Sammy TV, home to meaningful personal image solutions. Today I want to talk to you about food and your relationship to it. Now this is a subject extremely close to my heart. I'm very, very passionate about it. So many people today have such a negative relationship with food. Instead of thinking of food as something that can fill you with nourishment, keep you alive and fill you with energy, we tend to restrict it, always be on diets, limit ourselves to what we can eat. There's no joy in our relationship with food anymore. This is really sad because what happens is we become anxious, overwhelmed, and then completely disconnected with food. So why are we doing this? Well, having been there myself, I've come to the conclusion that it usually stems around the word uncertainty. Your relationship with food is affected by your relationship with the word uncertainty. Uncertain that you are enough in this world. Uncertainty around your finances, your life, your health, your well-being. Uncertainty if you're thin enough, tall enough. Uncertainty that you are enough. Now I've got first-hand experience with feeling like I wasn't enough, and I know why I had eating issues growing up. One, I was trying to get control of my life. These breakups I kept getting from late teens to 20s, the negative talk that I held onto, I was just so sensitive to it. A perfect example was when I was ballet dancing. We were all on the bar, our legs extended, and the ballet teacher came down the line and she grabbed my butt full force in her hand and she squeezed it, and in front of the entire class she said, "Samantha, if you don't get control of the way you're eating, you're going to get an incredibly large butt when you grow up." Can you believe that? That is a true statement. I carried those sorts of things around with me all of my life. But what I had to work out is that my relationship with food was deeply connected to my emotions. So how I was feeling about myself is how I felt I should treat myself when it came to food. So once I let things go, once I identified that I actually am enough the way that I am, that my body is completely different to anybody else's, and that if I know how to nourish and care and feed it with good, healthy stuff, then my body will equal out, be what it needs to be, and keep me alive. The other thing is, once I realized just how special I am, that was an absolute clincher. It seems so simple, but it is so true. Science have proven that you are 1 in 400 trillion to be here. You fought amongst all the other little swimmers. You are 1 in 400 trillion to be here. Isn't that amazing? It's those pieces of information that once you lock it into your brain and that you really seal the fact that you are enough and that you do have enough importance to be here as you are, then you let go of all of those restrictions and limitations that you put on yourself, and your relationship with food becomes a healthier one. Now for me, I had to really listen to what it was that my body needed. I had to listen when it was screaming at me, "Stop eating those things. Start eating these ones." Things for me that really triggered disappointment and anger and angst were things that were filled with dairy and of late, gluten. My body doesn't like them. It didn't like eating them. So I was covered in rashes, I would be angry, my stomach would bloat. Anyone that has a dairy allergy or a gluten allergy will sympathize, or an intolerance to, will sympathize with the symptoms I'm talking about. It is not pleasant to be walking around being the stinky one in the room because you've eaten something you're allergic to. I can promise you that. But if you listen and get quiet with yourself and really say to yourself, what is it that heals, nourishes, and energizes me? What food keeps me alive, happy, and full of joy? So let's go back to the question. How do you get a healthy relationship with food? Number one, it's about acceptance. It's about accepting who you are, that the body that you have is absolutely amazing and it's yours, and that you are supposed to be different and an individual, different to anybody else on this earth. I think that's kind of cool. You also need to accept where you come from. What is your family like? Who do they look like? What do you look like compared to the rest of your family? I guarantee somewhere in history, if it's not directly the family, immediate family around you, it's previous, you will look similar in your body structure or the way that you are to your family. You've got to accept that. You can't change that. Not everybody has been put on this earth to be the ideal beauty, whatever that is. Let it go. Because to me, it all comes from the inside. And once you accept you for you, then you start to say to yourself, I am deserving of goodness. I am deserving of being looked after, and I am capable of looking after myself in the most healthy way. To give myself the most nourishing, energetic, and joyful food experiences that are healthy for me. Dieting is not healthy. It just isn't. Think about the amount of diets that you've gone on and they've lasted a couple of weeks and then you've gone back to your old ways. Healthy food should be about what you can sustain every single day of your life. What is nourishing you? What is keeping you well? What is healing you? Good, clean, healthy food. That's what. And you can eat good, clean, healthy food until the cows come home, because you'll start to think differently about yourself when you start to feed yourself in a healthy way. You will start to realize that it's not all about losing weight. It's just not. In fact, I know too many of my clients who have gone and lost all the so-called weight that they thought they needed to lose and are still unhappy, because they aren't able to maintain this beautiful relationship that we should have with food. If we look to nature and use nature as guidance for the foods that we're supposed to eat, because we are only part of nature, then you will just start to see this balance between the way that you think of yourself and then the way that you think you deserve to be nourished. And the third point on how you get a healthy relationship with food is just accepting that life is filled with uncertainties. And if you can grab a relationship with that word that is positive and calm and relaxed, and say to yourself, life is filled with uncertainties. I don't know if I'm going to be here tomorrow, but in this moment I am. And therefore I deserve to be looked after. I deserve to look after myself. I deserve to fill my plate with loving, nourishing food that is going to keep me healthy. Those are my key points to being able to create a healthy relationship with food. And just remember this one scientific thing. You are 1 in 400 trillion to make it here. That is amazing. Well, I think so anyway. I love that kind of research. So, as always on Sammy TV, I would like you to take some action now. In the comments below, write and tell me, how have you been able to get a healthy or healthier relationship with food? We at Sammy are serious about helping you to create a sexy, authentic, manageable image every day. We pile on the love and we want you to come on over and get some. Head to sammy.co, leave your comment and join into the conversations. Also, sign up to the Sammy newsletter while you're there for inspiring weekly information from me and sometimes other guests. Also, subscribe to Sammy TV on YouTube to get notification of the new stuff that we're delivering. If this video has been of value to you, then please share it with your friends, family and loved ones. As always on Sammy TV, take action and make your healthy life real. Until next time, take care.